Hello, this is Brian. Again, coming down along the spine of the ridge here at El Modena / Santiago Oaks. So, came down from that hill, right at the base, almost at the base of another hill. So, I told you Opuntia oricola, the Chaparral / tall prickly pear, is also found here. Well, here it is. This is it right here. This is Opuntia oricola. This is, you can tell, much more upright than the other prickly pears, which tend to be a little more lower growing, like this guy here, which is, what do we got? Yeah, this is Opuntia littoralis. This is coast prickly pear. So this is where we could actually contrast two species. See right here, again, this is Opuntia littoralis, coast prickly pear. Lower growing. It can still kind of sprawl upwards a little bit. As you can tell, further along it gets a little taller. However, another name for Opuntia oricola is tall prickly pear. And this is why. It's much more upright growing. You can see here, you can actually see some defined trunks on these guys. Of course, the trunks used to be old pads, but you can see how much upright these Chaparral / tall prickly pears are. Much more upright. Some of them are taller, even taller than me, and I'm about 5'8"-ish. So again, you will know you're looking at Opuntia oricola if you're looking at a much taller prickly pear, especially if you're trying to tell it apart from Opuntia littoralis, Opuntia vacei, Opuntia occidentalis. Here you go. This one's about 7 or 8 feet tall. Very nice, beautiful, well-defined trunks, upright stature, and a little bit more spine coverage on their pads. And also, their pads are a little less elongated as a general rule. And some of these are slightly elongated, but a lot of them tend to be more rounded, as you can kind of see on some of these. But right now, looking at the stature, the structure of these Opuntias right here, I know I'm looking at Opuntia oricola. Very beautiful examples thereof. I really want to spotlight this, and I was tempted to make this a spotlight video. I'm going to keep it as part of the hiking video set, because I think I want to spotlight it when they're in bloom. But this is a perfect example of one of our other species of Opuntia. I don't usually get much footage of it on camera, because for some reason I'm not around it a lot. But a lot of times this plant tends to grow closer to the ocean. We're probably about 15 or so miles inland. A lot of times you'll see this plant on coastal canyons and coastal bluffs, coastal hills, within pretty close sight of the ocean. But we do get a population of them here in Orange. City of Orange, where we are right now. But yeah, so you see a lot of these tend to be a little more rounded as opposed to super elongated. As you can tell, these are much more regularly elongated pads here. And then, I'm not going to go too far off trail here, but then we also got some excellent examples of coast cholla, some very big ones. Like I said, I'm not going to go too far off trail, but look at this. There's some magnificent specimens of Opuntia prolifera over here as well. So this area has got some great examples of our local prickly pear and cholla cactus diversity in this area. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, Opuntia littoralis, Opuntia prolifera, Opuntia oricola. Now I've got to see if I can find Opuntia occidentalis. But just had to get footage of that. That's a really nice patch of it. Another species that could potentially be found here is a non-native called Opuntia ficus indica, which is the South American / Central American tuna, or the prickly pear, that is cultivated for its large, succulent, juicy fruits. So that could be possible in this area too, and it could contaminate the gene pool by hybridizing occasionally with Opuntia, the other Opuntias. Let's see what we got here. Since curiosity has really hit me something fierce. Let's see what we got here. Ouch. Okay, this is Opuntia littoralis again. Again, I think they're more typified by fleshier pads in cross-section, and square and round spines, again, in cross-section. But Opuntia occidentalis is known from this area. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for that as I climb this hill real quick. But this is a great place to study your coastal sage scrub. It really is. Absolutely awesome place to study all the beauty that is contained within our natural sage scrub vegetation. So this park is more like, to me, is coastal sage scrub 101. Then we got more buckwheat. I'm pretty sure the variety here is Eriogonum fasciculatum variety foliolosum, because this is more of a hot summer inland area. And then, of course, Rhuus integrifolia, Sambucus nigra variety cerulean. So this is a great place to study your coastal sage scrub. So what I like coming here is you get to see a bunch of different species of cactus plants. A lot of what you'll see here is your typical coastal sage scrub fare, like buckwheats, sagebrush, laurel sumac, and stuff like that. But the cactus diversity here is, I think, one of the things that does it for me. Makes this really interesting. Besides, of course, the usual beautiful brethren. But it just smells so great up here too. I can just smell the sagebrush. It's so prolific up here that it just perfumes the air in a heavenly, tangy, spicy, sweet aroma. I'm just going to go ahead and climb over this hill. So, hey, I'm not going to put a spotlight on that one today. Maybe when it flowers, but it's definitely an area to do a spotlight video on it. And Coast Choya too. So like I said, there are magnificent specimens of them here. Oh, here's a non-native oxalis called sourgrass, aka Bermuda buttercup, and this is Oxalis pescaperi. So it's a geophyte slash perennial or ephemeral perennial in the Oxalidaceae. So it is an oxalis, but it's not native. It's native to South Africa, I believe, and it has a larger flower than Oxalis californica, which is native to California. I remember when I was a kid, I used to chew the stalks of it, hence the name sourgrass. I don't know if that's really wise to do. I remember I did it a few times as a kid. Buddies would point out, hey, there's sourgrass over there. So I chewed on it. I don't know if it's recommended. I can't sit here and endorse actually doing that. But it does have a very sour taste. But again, can't advocate actually doing that. Okay, so we're on this peak here. There's a benchmark here too. I realize it. There's a benchmark on this peak too. Interesting. Very neat. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to see where the trail goes down from here. Big wide open spot over here. This will lead over towards the south end of the park. And then that'll be my turnaround point. Big water tank down there. More Opuntia oricolas down on this side, and also some large Prickly Pears. I'll see you down the way.